So, Mythic Shadowmoon Burial Grounds skip percent. It's a category that I made up, and there went a lot of research, I would say, into this category. Like, I found a lot of glitches to make this possible. So here I just set up the timer, and now I sprint to the first glitch. So we will be skipping all three bosses. We are going to get to Nersu without killing one boss. So here we try to jump on this stone, and when that enemy is gone, we're gonna place a Dark Moon Tiger here to bypass this invisible wall. And now we are on like now when we walk off here, this wall has the ground has not collision detection, and then we can just fly with the Goblin Guider to a different part of the map. So if you look at my minimap, you can see where I am, and you can see that I am close to hitting the water. And there I hit the water, so it's similar to the old glitch that I did. So now I just swim up here, and voila, I'm at the third boss. So I'm just going to sprint here on the water a bit to make this faster. So you want to not add those bats. Happen sometimes, and you also don't want to have add those worms, but that also happens sometimes, so it's not that big of a deal. So normally you need to kill this boss in order to get to Nersul, but we can just bypass this wall there by jumping with NG boots there. So we bypass this. So the only thing that's left to be able to get to Nersul is the last wall. The last wall disappears, or the last door disappears if you kill the third boss. But the third boss is impossible, and we skipped it. So we're going to skill Shadow Step and place a puntable Marmot at the right spot, and we're going to Shadow Step it in the right angle, and that makes it possible to bypass this wall. So as you can see, it was very close. I almost got killed by those elementals. So keep in mind that this is Mythic, and this is not heroic or anything. It was actually quite difficult to kill this boss. It's probably a lot easier now, since the gear is extremely high now. I did this with an item level of 725. Now you can easily get an item from 740, 745 or so. I don't really know. I'm currently not playing the game. So, but back then it was quite difficult. So now I'm just regenerate my health here real quick. This boss is really difficult, but it's a lot like my first claw of this boss in Mythic solo was a lot more difficult than this fight now, because I had a lot worse gear than I had in this fight basically, or in this try. So we have to have burst of speed and shuriken toss for this fight. That's a requirement basically, and we also need to have the talent cheat death, and yeah, that's basically it. So one thing that you have to watch all the time is that you don't stand in one of those voids, inside of those voids. If that happens, that it would be very bad because you would die. But I get to that later. So here you see, so there are like the skeleton waves, and you normally have to kill one of those skeletons, but I don't have enough damage, so I just bypass the first wave with Cloak of Shadows. So it's very important that I always have recuperate up, and feint is also very important. My first skill was actually without any deadly boss mods, because I wanted to make it a bit more difficult. So it's very important that you immediately walk away from those circles, because if you're closer to it, the more damage it does to you, and if you just wait a little bit, it does so much damage that you cannot heal it. So the next wave is a bit more dangerous to bypass. Um, Instead of using Cloak of Shadows, I'm going to kill myself here basically. But with Sheer Death, I'm on 5% health. So, or 10% health, I forgot exactly. So that's how I can bypass both waves. And next time, when the next wave comes, I can bypass it again with Cloak of Shadows, and the next wave, then again with Cheat Death. So one thing that's also very good here is to have the Blade Master trinket, I think it's called. I don't remember, to be honest. That you can make damage, that you can damage him very often with with them, with those blade Blade Master things. So you also want to do as much damage as possible to him in melee range, but for that you have to have evasion ready and other things like adrenaline rush and stuff like that. So I'm currently waiting for the perfect moment to go in melee on them. I think I it would be very weird if I don't go in melee range in a second or so. So it should happen soon. So here it is. Now I pop evasion and all my cooldowns, and now I do a lot of damage. That's actually very dangerous to do, but it's fine. So I would like to get a killing spree here off, but it seems like I can't. So here I will bypass this again with Cheap Death. It's also very important that you run with a sprint through that. It can happen that you get a second trigger and then die. A second trigger of the second trigger of the wave. So that's very important that you have a sprint active or burst of speed. So as you can see, it's already a lot easier this fight than my first kill. So now it's probably going to be free loot. But it was really difficult fight. Even with that gear that I had in that video, it was still difficult, even though it was a lot easier already. With the gear when I first killed this boss, it was extremely difficult. I always was on like 2% health. Like if you want, you can check that out. It was a really amazing fight, and I really enjoyed it. So here I go through the wave again with Cloak of Shadows. Yeah, of course I do. But that's almost everything to this boss. Like, is there anything left that I can say about this boss? That's the question. Not really. So this fight was definitely not perfect by all means in this video, but it was good enough. I was very happy with the skips, so I was happy with this fight as well. And here you can see how I go in melee range to do damage at him. It's really dangerous. But here again, Cheat Death activated. Oh, you can see how close it is. Like I did a small mistake there, so I got a very huge tick off of that circle. But I barely survived it. So back then it would have been a death, definitely. Like every small small thing that you failed with those circuits would have been a death. And also it's kind of difficult to place them at the correct spot, because as far that they're away from you, as less damage you get, so you want to place them as far away from you as possible. It's kind of practice as well. So you can see he's almost dead. always scary when he's like on such low HP. I died like 4 times in to get this kill. Like 4 times near the end I died in my first kill. But I was really proud of me finding all these glitches. This is actually also my favorite dungeon in all Vault. It's actually one of my most favorite dungeon in World of Warcraft, not just in Vault. So here I kill him real quick and he's dead. Get wrecked. Boom. So you can see I only killed Ner'zhul and none of the other bosses. So I guess that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next video.